Rooted yet free, I know who I am. When will it end? This never-ending road, made of oft-trodden dirt, mud mixed with sorrows, signposted by the memories of those before. Will we travel together, though I feel alone, until my feet forget to leave the earth, and my hair remembers the time it was called grass, and my eyes the dewdrops in the morn? Will it end then? Roads that lead to nowhere, caminos. My daily journey is too far for most, even burdensome, but for me, it is privilege. I witness shy golden rays kissing still moist fields, the earth slowly rolling out of its sleep, the moon waving goodbye. I see it all, through the deep steam of roasted coffee beans, a reminder that the earth is still with us, in crisp morning air, cold enough to cut through all our man-made illusions. Church. Lay on the ground. This is your altar. Stand tall, strong. Weight balanced between 2 feet that will never fail you. This is your mountain. Breathe, move, in and out. Be both full and hollow. This is your temple. I hear a voice say, yes, this is as it should be. This is God. Hold love in your heart and share it with your hands. This is prayer. Magic. They say you can't fix new problems with old magic. Thing is, if they knew anything about old magic, they would know there's no such thing as a new problem. Aguando. Do you remember what it's like to feel? To be still and yet moved by things around you. Close to the ground. Kneeling in dirt, close to the ground. I know what power the soil hides. I put myself close to her breast, not to hide myself in shame, but to blanket myself with her, like a sleep. Sun-kissed warm lips of Mother Nature on my back, what I hold in my hands, you will never know. If I hold out my hand to you, roughened by labor, know that they are filled with things far more valuable than gold. Mourning. When you mourn, the earth mourns with you. The earth mourns with stillness and torrential rain. The earth mourns heavy and thick. It drowns your sorrows. Animals howl with your cries. The earth wishes to remind you that there is always a moment to mourn, but it is just that, a moment. The time for joy will come when it is ripe and ready. Healing, words, love, forgiveness do not always come out in waterfalls. They do not always break through barriers in some great rapture. Sometimes it only comes out as a little spring, a fresh water. How can you demand more after holding it down for so long? It cannot be forced. Sometimes things come out as droplets, so when they come, do not criticize the droplet for not being a geyser. Instead, collect each one in a jar and savor it. When you are alone, the sky sends rain to comfort you, but only for a time. Then, like the trees, you too must learn to be strong. On silence. Have you ever thought that silence was not really silent? Perhaps it just makes sounds that you are not used to hearing. Have you ever noticed how the disturbance of a silence can make that silence even louder? Waves rolling, bees buzzing, breeze blowing. Once heard, you cannot unhear it. Everything in motion and alive. Spines, too, can become fluid. You write love letters to the ocean? Yes, don't you? How could you look at its great beauty and not want to say I love you? The purple and orange streams above it, and not want to say thank you. Thank you for showing the beauty hidden in changing. That everything you give out will be returned to you, like the ever homesick tide. How can you not love the promise of being washed? Salt replacing your pain. Joy filling your lungs, with each ocean kiss on the sand. I write love letters to the ocean. How could you not? Crossing paths. My child, our paths are joined by rivers of tears and sorrow, but still, how glad I am to finally meet you. Loneliness. I am not eating, not because of depression, but because my stomach is too full of sadness. There's no room left for food. Ruralices. What I do can only be told in the style that the problem was born out of. In song, in poem, in food, in story. I do what I do because I look at the earth as red as the blood of those who came before me, and know that it will find its way into the space underneath my nails, into the pores of my skin, into the small gaps between the wrinkles of my body. It will find its way back home, for we never really separated. I protect the patchwork of a community, the ancient adhesive that binds us together. The skill that requires cannot be learned in a class or bought with money. It is earned in the same currency it was created from, with time and with sweat and with blood and with laughter and with tears. I guide dreamers through canyonous journeys into themselves. I hold the door open at the gateway of their healing. I am a hand holder, a brusher of cheeks stained with tears, a warm embrace for cold hearts, a wise whisper your soul already knew.